So Uganda is heading towards a general elections next year, early in January. And you can easily see from pictures and pictures all over social media platforms that the country is in a real campaign mode. And out of all the presidential candidates that are aspiring for the presidency for 2026, there's one presidential candidate who has actually caught my attention. And that is none other than the National Unity Platform presidential bearer. And that is none other than Bobi Wine or Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. You know, in this video, I want to try to explain to you or give a comparative analysis of how Bobi Wine or Robert Kyagulanyi, the People Power Movement, and the National Unity Platform of 2021 is completely different from Bobi Wine, the National Unity Platform, and the People Power Movement of 2025, heading towards 2026. Now, to give you that comparison, I want to take you a little bit back in 2021. In 2021, Robert Kyagulanyi or Bobi Wine, the People Power Movement, and the National Unity Platform was born out of politics of populism, but not politics that is based on strategies or based on alternatives to solve the problem of the Ugandan society. In 2021, the popular idea that actually gave birth to the National Unity Platform, the People Power Movement, and the emergence of Robert Kyagulanyi into the political scene of the country was the popular idea that Museveni has overstayed in power and he has to go. And that idea was mainly brought to its fruition by mainly the attempt by the Ugandan government to actually repeal or take out Bill 102 of the Ugandan National Constitution, which takes away the age limit from, restricting, so anyone can actually contest for the presidency no matter how old they are. So that was the emergency of Bobi Wine into the political atmosphere, the emergency of the National Unity Platform and the People Power Movement. It was mainly built out of the popular idea that was embraced by a majority of the people, but not out of the demand to solve the Ugandan problems. That was one. The second of all, in 2021, the National Unity Platform, a newly formed political party, had no structures whatsoever. The party was not known in most parts of the country, didn't have grassroots visibility. It was only seen by majority of people as a central-based political party and a movement. It has nothing to do with people from the north, the Acholis, the Lubaras, from northern Uganda, West Nile sub-region or Acholi sub-region. It was mainly seen as a central political party or the central Ugandan political party. That was in 2024. In 2021 rather. In 2021, the National Unity Platform and the People Power Movement and Bobi Wine and all the people that were seen around him and identified with NUP were described bad names. In fact, in one of the times, I think on a national TV, one of Ugandan's veteran journalists, Andrew Mwenda, described those who identify as Bobi Wine supporters and People Power Movement individuals and NUP people as lumpens and thugs. These are simply people who are not employed and therefore looks for politics as an alternative of getting easy jobs. They were seen as people who are incompetent, irrelevant, have no idea whatsoever of the problems that the Ugandan society is facing. That was in 2021. That was how the National Unity Platform and Bobi Wine was seen. And the fact that he happened to come from the ghetto, he's seen as someone who has nothing to do with the Ugandan problem. That was in 2021. In 2021, Bobi Wine, as I said, also emerged out of the most the politics of populism. And to give you an example, we all know that before Bobi Wine came into the political play of the country, he was already an established pop star, a singer, a guy who he was mainly embraced because of his musical demeanor more than his political appeal. And therefore, many people just embrace him as Bobi Wine, who we know was a singer, but not one who intends to be a politician. That was in 2021. That was how specifically the Bobi Wine, the National Unity Platform and the People Power Movement was perceived 5 years ago, or nearly 5 years ago. Today, in 2026, Bobi Wine, Robert Kyagulanyi, the National Unity Platform and the People Power Movement is completely distinct from the one of 2021. And I'll explain to you. Today, in 2025, the National Unity Platform, Bobi Wine and the People Power Movement is more appealing, it's more relevant, it's more inclusive, it's more determined, it's more experienced than the Bobi Wine, the People Power and the NUP of 2021. In 2026, you can easily see that the National Unity Platform is no longer seen as a political party or as a movement that is central based. Today you can go up to the northern parts of Uganda, you can go to West Nile sub-region, you can go to the Acholi sub-region, you can go to Karamoja, and you see that this party is being embraced. The party seems to have developed grassroots structures. And this can easily be seen by the number of people that this party attracts during its campaign trails. Recently, he had a campaign trail to northern Uganda. He went into West Nile sub-region, Acholi sub-region, he went to Karamoja, and the number of people who comes to attend the campaign rallies for Bobi Wine, the National Unity Platform, is comparatively massive than the one for 2021. And this clearly tells you that there is some kind of level of grassroots organization that is being planted by these individuals. And that makes it completely different from the one of 2021. Today, the people who identify with the National Unity Platform, the people who identify with the People Power Movement, the people who identify as associates of Bobi Wine are seen completely different in terms of intellectual capability or capacity. As I said, in 2021, these are people who are described as lumpens and unemployed. But today, majority of them are technocrats. Majority of them have acquired very prominent degrees that are needed in the country. And these people over the time or over the years from 2021 have actually grown relevant. They have appeared so more appealing, not only to their constituencies, but even to the entire country. I'll give you an example. Prior to 2021 and prior to the National Unity Platform coming out as the major opposition political party, majority of Ugandans do not know even that there is someone in the Ugandan National Parliament called the Leader of Opposition. Today, the National Unity Platform, after becoming the major opposition political party, they took over the role of the Leader of Opposition and gave it to a one man called Joel Sinyonyi, a very prominent and articulate person. And today, Ugandans are able to see that in the parliament there is someone called Leader of Opposition. The way he articulates issues, the way he speaks in the parliament, the way he convinces people, his relevance has grown, has actually overgrown his constituency. It extends to the entire country, and he is seen as a national asset rather than an individual who is only relevant to his constituency. That is the National Unity Platform for 2026 or 2025. The associates, the people who identify, are seen as intellectuals today. Some of them have got degrees in laws and in different fields, and that is the National Unity Platform of 2026. Completely different. Completely different. Bobi Wine himself has gotten a degree, Joel Sinyonyi has gotten a degree, and they are associates, they are technocrats within the party. In 2026, When you look at the manifesto of the National Unity Platform titled A New Uganda Now, you would see that these are people who are informed about the problem facing the Ugandan society, and therefore they are looking for solutions to fix it. When you read that manifesto in details, you will realize how desperate these people are in creating solutions for the country. Looking for a tech-based economy, a government that does not overspend on very things that are not relevant to the country, a government that seeks to appreciate and in financial way its civil service, a government that intends to sell the country to the outside and just recreate the image of the country, and looks a government that is, I mean, a country that is built on inclusivity, and you can easily see that written in their manifesto. A completely different national unity platform. And that clearly tells you that this political party, this movement, or these individuals have actually gotten the experience over the years, or 4 years or so, and they are completely different people today. Completely different. Even Bobi Wine as an individual, when you compared him to the one in 2021, you would see a very huge difference. The Bobi Wine of 2026 today is a more articulate person, a person who is more knowledgeable now about the issues the country is facing. When he goes to the northern parts of the country, he speaks about the things that the northerners are facing. When he comes to the central, he speaks about the challenges that the people in central, and so with people in west or east or whatever parts of the country. This means over the years he has gathered information and has knowledge about the major problems that the Ugandan society is facing. That's how distinct the People Power, National Unity Platform and Bobi Wine have suddenly transformed today. And therefore, as the country heads towards an election, I feel that the National Unity Platform and Bobi Wine is more appealing, is more relevant, is more solution-based, is more informed, is more knowledgeable, is more determined to the Ugandan society, or to the problem of the Ugandan society, compared to when it was in 2021. And I would say this today, that Bobi Wine may not be the president after the 2026 general election, but he will become a president for sure, or he will be a president in his lifetime. At some point, he will be a president of Uganda.